Heya! Today we are going to be creating these. They are super cute, super adorable, and they are going to go into a junk journal, which will be part of a larger project that we do. So the junk journal is the end result, the completed junk journal. But we're going to just start creating a couple of elements that we can add into a junk journal, and then we'll build a junk journal, we'll bind the junk journal, all of the fun stuff with junk journaling. So each junk journal will have a theme, and yeah, we'll go around that. But for this specific video, we're going to create these paperclip envelopes. They're super cute, super adorable, and I am obsessed. A disclaimer, I did not come up with the idea, so I will link the video that I saw it in the description. Maybe somebody else that created it before this person, but I couldn't see that, and that's where I saw the idea, so I will link that in the description. They also do not talk, so you might want to go check that out if this is not your type of thing and that's your type of thing. And honestly, you could use this for anything, for not just journaling, but you know, just a cute way to organize your papers instead of having a boring old paperclip. Anyways, we'll do this. So let's start off with first, what do we need? Easy peasy. We don't need to go spend a ton of money.
I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get a bit shaky, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit worried.
Ooh, and also just another disclaimer. This is my little crafting space, so it does look terrible, and hopefully that's not too distracting on the camera, all the marks and bits, but that's what happens when you create things that, yeah, it starts happening, you know what I mean.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
All right, enough of that now. We need paper clips. These are 33 millimeters, so it's a small paper clip for the small envelope. I've not tried to make a larger envelope with the paper clip. I've made a larger envelope that I have because I was curious, but I did not have a large enough paper clip. Where is it? So I didn't have a large enough paper clip for that, so I created something new, but I don't remember the dimensions of this paper, but it was slightly larger obviously than that, but I did not have a bigger paper clip, so I'm assuming if you had a bigger paper clip you could make the big one. And yeah, that's just something I made extra with some offcuts of paper because I don't like to waste stuff, and that will go into a journal as well. Part of a journal, I'm not sure, because the theme, I might do a gothic journal, maybe, we'll see. Right, so I digress. You need a paper clip, teeny tiny little paper clip, 33 millimeters, and you need paper. So I pre-cut these out. This is the page from a notebook that I wrote maybe 5 pages in, and then you know it goes with notebooks. I did not use the whole notebook, so now I'm using pieces of the notebook so that I don't waste it. Or you could use normal printer paper, nice and thin. And I do apologize for the shadows. Really, I hope it's not too distracting or bad on the video, just because it is late afternoon and is super cloudy. And it's usually cloudy where I am, and well, I've got a day job, so this happens late afternoon, right?
Dear God, don't quit your day job.
Anywho, this is the paper I'll use today. This is a offcut from brown wrapping paper, so packaging paper. It is slightly thicker, and I do like it. I like it because of the look, but you don't have to use that. You can use anything. You could even, if you've got brown paper bags, like the shopping bags, the paper bags, you could just cut a piece off from that and then use that. That will work perfect as well. And you could also use something with a print. So I would probably suggest something non-directional. That'd be cool. With this little one, it actually came out really cool because that little flower landed in the middle and it was completely unplanned. And you'll see what I mean with unplanned once we start folding. But I thought that ended up really cute. I look fancy. So that's really cute. The theme, this will probably go really well with the theme that I'm going for. So, and we'll talk about the theme for the journal in a bit. Anyways, so that's pretty cool. So today we're going to use the packaging paper. So the size, yes, the size. I will let you know, because before I forget, right? 8 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Now I did see a video where that they were referring this video. That's after I saw this video. You know, when you scroll, they give you similar stuff. Anyways, it did say 8.5 by 10 centimeters, but I just did 8 by 10 from the start. So I might be wrong. Maybe you just, you know, try both. It's all good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't because, look, this cute. Okay. But I do think if you stray too far with the sizing, yeah, it might matter at some point. Okay, enough talking. Well, I would still talk, but let's do. Okay, so I'm not going to do these right now because as the examples show, that is what they look like. Just adorable. All right, so you need a paper clip, 33 millimeters, and you need a paper, 8 centimeter by 10 centimeter. To start off with, I also like to use this little thingy, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it up somewhere so that you can see what it's called. This one's plastic. It's not bone. Usually they're bone, and you use them for folding, you know, like origami, or I think the bone one is for book binding, stuff like that. What do I know? Nothing. I do know that this works great just to fold paper, because this paper is a little bit thicker as well, but also you can just use your nail. You know, I've got nice short nails. I just, yeah, and that works. Okay, so I'm gonna use this as well. All right, when you start, you're gonna take your paper clip and the short end at the back, like you would normally, you know, clip paper, clip it in there, and then push it in the middle all the way. I mean, it doesn't have to be in the middle, but it helps when you fold it if it's in the middle. And you're going to leave a little space. Like, do you see the ends? The little ends are poking out just a little bit, just a teeny tiny little bit. And there's a reason for that, and I'll explain it when we get there. But for now, why we're doing it, this is we're folding this because I need to know where to fold the whole line, and that's the space that this paper clip's going to end up at. And you'll see what I mean at the end. It will end up there, so I need to know where it needs to end up, and the page is going to stop it. This fold will at the end of the day stop it right there, and that's why I like that spacing. I like that sizing. Now I tried to fold these 3 times and I failed miserably. Because I kept trying, I didn't have the paper clip in the best position, and so this is the one that works well for me. Might be different for you, I don't know. I did mess up this one. It went over the edges here, but that was number 4. I mean, that's not bad for, you know, number 4 for me. I'm a slow learner. You might get this and try number 1. All right, cool. So now, once you've got that little space and you've made a mark to see where to fold, you're going to fold it. Simple, just fold it. Make sure that your edges line up, because that does make a difference with the overall look. So I probably did not let the edges meet on most parts of my fold here, and especially at the last part, because it goes over. Do you see? You see, it's kind of like over. Yeah, so we don't want that to happen. Cool, and because it's a thicker paper, I like to use either the back of my nail, like such, or this thingy, and I like this more because for some reason, if I do it on a certain type of surface, this makes me go cringe. I don't know. All right, so, and this, I don't know, very satisfying. Right, so next, once we have that flap, we're gonna fold it like such, We're going to fold it. Again, the sides need to meet. They are pasties and they must meet. Perfectly. There we go. You do not need to push this one down all the way because you're not keeping the fold. I also learned that the wrong way. Wrong way, or the hard way. So I put this one down flush and then you could see the little line there. So you don't need to do that. It's just to show you where to fold. Basically, you just want the middle of the page, right? So now we're going to pretend like we're going to fold a paper airplane. And I say that because this is how I remember the steps. I'm folding a paper airplane like I did as a kid. So I'm going to be folding. Now I do these two together. It's probably easier to do one side at a time, but I do them together because I'm not great at folding. So for them to line up, it's just better to do them together. Oh, I'm really bad at folding today. All right, so just do them together and make sure that they line up. Do you see they're lining up? Right then, that's why I do them together. Cool. And I just pinch. That's why I do them together, because then I know that they're gonna line up here. See? Cool. And then we just flatten it. There we go. Cool. Now, when you make a paper airplane, you would normally fold that and then fold the wings down. But we're going to fold the wings in. So for this paper airplane, wings go in. And you're going to use the middle line. So again, just the middle line, and make sure that you line up at the bottom and you line up here. Do you see you want to line up there and you want to line up there? That point by that point and line up. Cool. So we're lining up. I just love that. It feels so fancy. Okay. I don't know why that makes me feel fancy, but it does. Like a professional folder. Okay. I probably messed up a little bit. You can see it's over. Do you see it's over a little bit? But I don't know that that would make a difference. So we're going to see. We're going to see if that actually makes a difference or if it messes it up. If it does, okay, we'll just redo the whole video. So you won't even see this. So if you're seeing this, it didn't make a difference. All right. Cool. All the way down. And I probably did not line that up properly. I didn't. It's okay, because this is going to be at the top. Right. We're good. Keep them lined up, though. I suck at folding like so bad. All right. Now we're going to unfold it. Why, you say? Because we need to get the paper clip in. So the paper clip is going to go in. Ooh, unfold that one as well. We need to put the paper clip in, and the paper clip needs to go under this flap. So upside down paper clip, and the short end, like you would clip a normal paper, you're going to clip it in there. And this, ooh, let me just get it under the flap. We want it under the flap. It must be under the flap. It's so much easier when I don't feel pressure of the camera. Okay, see, it's under the flap. And that is why this had to be this size, because we're going to pull it all the way through. I'll show you in a second. We just need to get this flap in there as well. And that's trickier. That's even trickier than the other one. So I like to push it all the way to the side like that. And then I kind of slide it in. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. But I just slide it in. I take my nail and I pull it. That's the easiest way, because I struggled with this part so much. So I push it all the way. See, that was in the middle. So I push it all the way to the side. So that lines up with that. And then I bring this one and I kind of pull it at the back. And then I pull it at the back. And then I just pull that with my nail to the side, and usually that works. Okay, pull it with my nail to the side. There we go. So just maneuver it a little bit. Right, so that works for me. I don't know what will work for you. Now we're gonna pull this paper clip all the way to the top and it will stop. It will stop. Do you see? You can't go any further. That's how far it goes because I sized it that way in this beginning. In the beginning, not this beginning. This beginning, cannot speak. In the beginning.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
Now I'm going to fold this one. Ooh, now you can really see why you need to line up. Do you see that I'm out of line like I was here? So because these did not line up, right? So I'm gonna try and fix it. That's terrible. Terrible because I'm gonna have a double line, but hopefully it will look fine. It's like just wasn't lined up properly. Dear, oh dear. But definitely it needs to line up. That's why it looks better if it's lined up. Okay. So that kind of fixed it. I just pushed that out a little bit more because when I put this down, there was too much of the back showing, just like this one. All right, so we don't want that. So there's a little bit of a double line, but once I ink it, it should look just fine. Sorry, got some troubleshooting there. Right, so I don't want it all the way up there. I like to keep a little edge here. Then it looks like an envelope. Cool. Fold it down and then you bring the flap down. Look at that. That's your envelope. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is your envelope. And so I like to push the sides down, but I don't go in the middle because then it kind of pops the
I don't say blah blah blah.
the paper clip. I don't want the paper clip to come through, so I don't want to enhance that yet. So just pull it down. Cool. Fab. Fantastic. Now you say, whoa, Michelle, that's not what I know. But what you do is, this is such a cool part. So you just round this one a little bit. You round this little flap because you're gonna put this flap in there. You're gonna take that flap and you're gonna push the flap in there, in between there. And then it's gonna be finished. So hopefully I'm showing this. Let me just check what it looks like on the camera. Oh, it's so dark. Hopefully you guys can see. Oh dear. Okay. So you're gonna take the little flap and then you're gonna push it. Can you guys see? Hopefully. You're gonna push it between the paper clip. There's paper clip. There. Oh, wrong way. I'm so directionally challenged. Sorry. It's your paper clip, see? And you push it through there. Do you see? And then you just push it down. Oh, this is so satisfying. You just push it down and it goes, clips in. Look how smart that whoever thought of this. I mean, I did link the creators. That might have been the original creator. I mean, just so clever. I just absolutely love it. I love that channel, by the way. It's a great channel to follow. That creator has got so many ideas with paper crafts and stuff. Just go and check it out. It's an awesome channel. I like the craft thing because I want to just do creative stuff that keeps my mind busy, not in ignorance, but the world is so dark. The world is so yucky. Oh, my table moved. I'm sorry. The world is so dark. The world is so yucky. And I just want to have something, a little thing that's not going to cost me a ton of money, but bring me so much joy and I can make beautiful things from things that, you know, people would normally throw away, or it's just like, you know, how would you think that this boring paperclip can be something just so magnificent and cute and beautiful, right? Am I making sense, or is it just my brain? I just want to escape from the awfulness of the world sometimes and just do things that make me feel happy. And this stuff makes me feel happy. Crafting, drawing, I do illustrations as well. I love doing cute little illustrations because I'm not fantastic artist. I just do like kids stuff, you know, kids book illustrations, coloring books. I've got a ton of coloring books, by the way. Yellow Melon, this is just the name I'm keeping because I don't want to change everything, because then I have to change branding and blah blah blah. But yeah, coloring books, all kinds of awesome stuff I like to do. Now I probably will go, and once the journals are starting to, you know, really evolve, I might sell them on Etsy. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I've got a couple of coloring pages on there that I'm popping out, and yeah. Also, if you want printables and stuff, let me know. I could make them free, maybe with a journal. If you get a journal, decide, yeah, I want that journal, go buy a journal, and then you get maybe a package of printables with that. I don't know. Let me know if that's a good idea. I could probably give some free printables from here as well. As we go, I'll show you what kind of printables I have, and they're quite amazing. I've got a nice set. I do like using magazines purely because then I'm not adding to paper, but especially when I'm doing themes, it's kind of hard to keep to themes when you're just stuck with, you know, the magazines that you have and you only have one copy of it. But I do usually get my inspiration from magazines, and then I use that up. But I don't go out to buy magazines. I get them from the op shop. So that's the second-hand shop, like the op shop, the Salvation Army shop, whatever it's called in your neck of the woods. The op shop, like I get so many cool things. I got the most amazing. Anyway, I will show you, and we're gonna make just so many cool crafts from things that cost just about nothing, and things that people would have thrown away. We're not going to throw them away. No, we're going to create beautiful little things. Whoop, that went flying. And it's going to make us feel happy and proud of something that we've created. And who knows, maybe you can, if you create these cute little beautiful things, crafts and journals and whatever, you can also go sell them. Use the ideas. Use them. Yeah, I might do a couple of free giveaways with printables. You're going to see the amazing printables I have. I've got so many cool things. So this is one of them. It's a cool printable, and I just printed this on a printer. I don't like printing too much, as I said, not only the waste, but the cost of ink. So it's really expensive. So I don't usually print. I want to use things I have, but I often, you know, if I need to, okay, never mind. You know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, you know?
What's your point, Vanessa?
Print when you must, only if you must. And then use all the paper, all of it, every little piece. Anyways, I have digressed so badly. That's the end result. How cool is it? Now you can go and stamp these, but you don't have to go spend money on stamps if you don't have stamps. You can just take a marker or a pen, and you could create lines and little hearts and just doodle on them, like whatever. You can make them so cute yourself. Or if you've got coloring paper, or even pages out of a magazine and you wanted to fold them, you know, 8 centimeter by 10 centimeter, you can do it with anything, really. Truly anything. And paper clips, they're like bobby pins. They just spawn into every household. Every household has got at least one paper clip from the paperclip universe. So you might find one in your drawers or wherever. They just spawn in. So maybe you got some. Go check it out. Right. Now to show you how they work. So I've got a couple of pages here. Let's do that. Ooh, let's get some ephemera that I've got handy here. Got some ephemera. This is some of the cool principles I have. Awesome. What a great image. And then let's do this one. That's some ephemera. I only learned what these things were called a couple of weeks ago. Ephemera. Even though I've been junk journaling for a while, and I did it as a teenager as well, I just never knew, like, that's... Okay, so new word for the day, ephemera. So just like a paperclip, right? But not boring. Fabulous. Look. Paperclip, but fabulous. Look. Look how cute. And you can move it around anything you want. Isn't that glorious? That is just so great. I want the pretty one. So yeah, these I use stamps. I just use a ink pad, and you can buy cheap ones. Like here we've got Kmart. You can buy them really cheap. I've got a couple of cheap ones. Let me check. Like a cut. Okay, this is green, but probably not a good example. But this brown somewhere. Really cheap one you can buy from Kmart or Temu, whatever. This one is from Temu. It's a little bit more expensive, and I bought it from Temu because my art shop was actually out of them. And the other place that I went to, which is also a local place, was so expensive. I was like, yeah, no, I will go do online shopping. Even though I want to support local, I can't because the local supplier is so expensive. I could get this. I got three of these plus shipping for just less than half the price that I would have for one. So that's quite sad. I want to support local, but local doesn't always want to support the community. So there we have it. This was on Temu. Now, I'm not sponsored by Temu, but I did buy this from Temu, and it's a great inker. What you call it, a ink or a distressing pad. I know the distressing pads are really, really cool. I don't want to spend that much money. I mean, I might later on. I might invest, depending on how long this one lasts. I'll let you know. The cheaper ones don't last that long, and maybe the colors aren't as great, but yeah, this is definitely my favorite one, the bronze brown. Then I've got a coffee brown, and I've got a vintage blue, which we might use. All right, cool. Isn't that fantastic? Right, so that's the inking that I did on the sides, and you just use this little thingy, but you could also use a makeup sponge that you don't use. If you've got a makeup sponge that you don't use, and I don't use a makeup sponge, but I bought one years ago, and it was stuck in my cupboard, and you can use it for this. Genuinely, you don't have to go and buy a new thing. You don't have to. Even the other sponges, those square sponges, makeup sponge, works perfectly fine. This is from Temu as well. Like, look, these don't last super long, but if you've got little sponge and you can DIY this for yourself, why not, right? DIY it. Don't have to spend a lot of money. Not for junk journaling, let me tell you. When I was a teenager, grew up really poor, and I had magazines. And that was it. I had magazines and a glue stick. We had Reader's Digest because my father had Reader's Digest and the Time magazine. And I had some, this is going to sound terrible, and judge me, feel free. But when the Jehovah's Witnesses would come to the door and they would give you the watchtower, my mum was too nice to say no, so we'd accumulate watchtowers, and I would use the pictures from the watchtowers. Yes, I know that's terrible, but I use those images to create new things, collages, and I would just burn the edges a little bit, and then age them, and use old makeup. Like my oldest sister, when she didn't throw away her stuff, she'd give to me, and I'd make art from it. Like she had this one makeup thing. And anyways, I'm digressing. You can use anything. You don't have to go and spend money is what I want to say. All right, so that's enough of my blabbering. You probably are, oh, I really need to invest in a better table. I will be investing in a better table. The table keeps moving. So it's really lightweight, and it was made for me. So it's not super solid, but it's cool. It's cool because I can just be rugged on it and then repaint it if I want. But it's not solid, so I should invest in a new little table. Maybe a big table. Maybe I'll have a big crafting space, but this right now is my little space. All right, cool. I did also want to say just very briefly, I'm so sorry, blabbering, but when you do the stamps and stuff, ooh, so this one I bought from Temu as well. It was actually in order with this. It was a stamps, and they might not be the best, but they're fine. And I thought I'd bought a larger stamp, you know, like a larger, and it wasn't. It came out so tiny, and I was like, well, you know, what did I expect? But also, it's not Temu's fault. I should have checked. But these, look, it's meant to be. When I saw this video, I'm like, now I know what I'm gonna use it for. Huh? That's that little rose. These teeny tiny babies. I also got stamps. Stamp of stamps. A stamp of a stamp. Yes, I did. Look, they're tiny. Look how cute. Look how cute. So these were also Temu. I mean, the same order. Anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely not affiliated with Temu, and I'm also not saying go buy stuff. I'm just letting you know. Like, that's what I used, sorry. And initially I did not have one of these. And now, yes, I've invested in it because I've got larger stamps. But I initially did not have one of these, so I just used, where is it? I'm looking for it, but I cannot find it. Ah, there we go. I just used the top cap, actually, of this bottle. And this was a little coffee, like a gourmet coffee. I can't remember the make, but, you know, fancy freeze-dried coffee that you'll maybe have once a weekend. It's a teeny tiny little cute little bottle, and I'm using it because we don't throw things away. We don't need to throw things away. We keep them and we reuse them. You can even decoupage this. I love decoupage. You can even decoupage that. How cute. You know, with butterflies or whatever you want. Anyways, so I use this because the silicone actually sticks to that. Look at this. Ta-da! And you just... So you don't have to have a ton of things to make things. See? See? Okay. Alright, so this is now a 30-minute video when it was just a 2-minute craft. You're welcome. Hope you join me for the next 2-minute craft we're going to do in an hour. Yeah. I'm kidding. I will try and be faster. But the next one we're going to be making... Let me just get this together here, is we're going to be making this. Yes. So all of these bits and pieces, once again, it's just going to form part of the larger project, which is a journal, and it's going to be a theme journal. And I must say the theme for this first journal we're going to make together is going to be inspired by these two, and it's going to be vintage summer. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So the oranges and the lemons and everything it just fits with the vintage summer. So that will be the theme of our first journal. So definitely check out this space, and everything that we're creating for these first couple of videos is just bits and pieces we'll be adding into that journal. So we want to fill it up and make it just awesome with lots of little nooks and crannies and spaces and bits and pieces that you can write in. And yeah, so join me and we'll make this really cool little booklet that will be going into maybe like a pocket for a journal. Yeah, so it could be maybe Oh, do I have it here? I don't have it here. That's in my storage, but maybe like an envelope pocket or whatever. This will go into the larger journal. So yeah, join me and we're gonna make just really cool things. All right, I hope you enjoy the video and that you join me for the next one. See you there. Thanks guys. Bye.